Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Well, hello, husband.
Hello, wife.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What are we here for?
We're here for a Q&A on 26 and 27 of Numbers.
That seems right. That seems correct. That's good. That's all.
I thought that might be the case.
Yeah. So, I found a couple things.
I found some things that are not quite related to anything, but it was an unanswered question, so.
That makes me happy because I didn't have any...
Well, I mean, there was just a lot of name dropping last episode, so. Right.
Well, I have something to say about the daughters that were
Milka
like...
Heifer?
Yes. Zelophehad, his daughters?
Yeah.
They were like, it's not fair.
Got it.
And so there's some interesting little tidbits about them.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get into this. What?
What do you have? What are you going to talk about?
Mostly just Batman shit.
That is awesome. Okay.
Because we were talking about Batman in the last episode.
Something about Azrael.
We said we were going to get back to it. We never did.
We
suck.
I suck at that.
So anyway, I'm going to cover Batman.
Really, really
so
glad
much
about
cooler.
that. Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So, what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, so... do you remember how Zelophehad? Yeah,
whatever.
That guy. How he had 5 daughters, right?
Yeah.
So,
and then he sinned and died in the wilderness or some shit, right?
Well, yeah, but he wasn't related to the uprising, to Korah's uprising.
Right. No, I remember that.
He died elsewise.
But he sinned on his own somewhere else, according to
right,
them, so.
exactly.
So it's better to sin there than to fight against whatever. Who gives a shit? Apparently there's levels of sin.
Well, yeah. Apparently there are.
Really?
But, so you know how the daughters, they were like, Moses and chiefs and bosses and guys, it's not fair if, we don't get any land. What are we supposed to do? Because our dad has no male heirs. So when we get to the promised land, I guess we'll just paint our toes and sit on the sidewalk?
Right. And they were like, he sinned, but he didn't sin over there. So, whatever.
They were basically like, help?
Right.
And so this is one of 4 times that Moses had to make a special inquiry to God because he couldn't handle the question himself. And apparently that was like really worrying to the rabbis of the time. Because, he had to go ask God. He couldn't just give a direct answer.
I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I could see how that would be worrisome.
I mean, I guess, but
bothersome, not worrisome.
But, I mean, it seemed like he talked to God quite a bit about things.
Right.
So I don't understand why that. I don't know. It seems like that's a stretch to say that it was worrisome, but okay. Well,
but they were like, you're a leader, and 90% of the time you're able to handle shit on your own, and then every once in a while you're like, whoa, and you're like, yes, I'll go ask God.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I think means that he's actually a decent leader somewhat, because I think that a good leader is able to be humble and admit when they don't know the answer.
Right.
Like, pretending that all of that is real or whatever.
Sure. I mean, really asking God probably was just sitting and reflecting on it.
Yeah, like, talking about all the potential legal ramifications down the road if they fuck this up.
Right, yeah.
Because, laying precedent. So, speaking of laying precedent...
Okay.
There is some speculation by scholars that the whole story was a fiction that was fabricated simply to illustrate some of the legal rules of inheritance.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think that happens a lot in this book. Because there's a lot of things like, why does God give a shit about this?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Like, it's just out of the blue. They mention, like, oh, and by the way, on Tuesdays we wear pink.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Like,
I said Tuesdays, but I think it's Wednesdays. It's been a long time since I've seen Mean Girls, but you know what I'm saying.
Whatever. And, I didn't even remember that you were referencing Mean Girls. So,
oh, my God. You're so fired. Like, I need a divorce right now.
Oh, okay.
How?
Because it's such an old movie.
Fuck ever. You don't know the relevance it still has to this very day.
Whatever.
Our listeners know.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
I don't know if that's true, but okay.
Well, it is.
Okay.
So, fuck off.
I'll take your word for it, I guess.
So, okay, here's a third point.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not at the third point.
You're not at the third point.
No. A lot of scholars think that the fact that Zelophehad was mentioned earlier in the census, like in the first round, they think that was added in later, and that his inclusion there was of dubious authenticity.
You mean like most of the Bible?
Right, exactly. I don't know why this one sticks out. But
right, yeah, this of all things. Right. That's dubious.
Yeah.
Not the water from the rock, not the talking ass.
Yeah.
Not any of that shit.
Burning bushes and angels.
Zelophehad. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, sorry.
That's dubious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, there's that. So, okay, third point.
Sure.
And this one's just a cultural reference, which, I love me some cultural references. Right. Apparently, the story Pride and Prejudice by the inimitable Jane Austen is actually loosely based upon that story, because it's about a man and his wife who have 5 daughters, which means 5 dowries, that they need to marry off.
Right.
And, find support for, because women can't own land or property.
Like, there's documentation that links us back to that story?
There's a lot of research on it.
Okay. Got it.
And furthermore, the wonderful musical Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
Well, I didn't realize that it was based on a screenplay, which was also from there based upon a book.
Okay.
And that it was based upon or influenced by Pride and Prejudice as well as the original story. And if you think about it, that makes perfect sense too. And I read several articles that discuss comparisons of the two, which again, it's about parents that have 5 daughters that have absolutely no security unless they can be married off.
Gotcha.
Or, somehow taken in by somebody somewhere, and the father is at risk. Obviously, we're talking about entirely different time things. I mean, time periods, like with Fiddler on the Roof, it was about the Jewish, the pogrom that came and, took over and he had to move out of Russia.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But anyway, I just thought that was like super duper interesting because I love literature. The end.
Yeah. Cool.
So those are my things, and that's all I had. And they weren't really questions, but there were a few answers.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
No, that was good. That's good.
Yeah.
So mine.
Yes, Batman, go.
No. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Don't do it.
But so we were
Batman.
There you go.
Okay, sorry.
We were talking about Azrael last time.
Yes, Azrael.
And it was spelled. I didn't know this because I don't read it. You were the one reading it, but it's spelled Asriel. So Azrael. And then I was thinking you said Azrael. So,
which would be Azrael.
Right. So to that end.
You were wrong.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we were just talking, but we had questions about it, so here we go.
Okay.
So Azrael, in the Bible, he's a notable Israelite.
Okay.
Period. The end.
The end.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
There's really not much about him at all. Like, in fact, Wikipedia is like, if you know anything else, let us know, dudes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like he gets a mention in Wikipedia, but like nothing else.
I mean, okay, well, that's more than we got. We don't even have a mention in Wikipedia.
If somebody wants to put on our entry for us, that'd be great.
I mean, to me, like, I'll have made it.
Right? If we're on Wikipedia, that'd be fucking awesome.
Right? Like, that's
Holy
how
shit.
you know you
I
are
can die
in the
happy
world.
at that point.
Yeah.
I just
you
made it on
in
Wikipedia. Fuck.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. But so, yeah. Anyway, Azrael.
A Batman character.
Well, and other things. So, like, all right, Azrael, as it pertains to the Bible, actually, is the angel of death.
Boom.
Yeah, right? No,
Okay.
And he's got like 400 fucking wings or something, and he's like this really cool character that's like, whatever. And
Is he in like the Book of Revelations or something?
In the Quran too.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like he's like in a couple of books, and he's known by a couple different names and stuff like that, and yeah, it's just that's Azrael, yeah.
Is that who he is in the Batman universe as well?
Well, no.
Angel
So
of Death?
in Batman, Azrael is he's actually works with Batman at some point.
Is he a guy though, or
He's a guy, yeah.
he's just a person?
But hold on.
Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
Apparently, at some point, Batman gets hurt, and so I'm not a big comic book.
Okay, I have to tell you something.
Here, so
I have to tell you something about Batman.
Okay.
Because I don't know a lot about Batman, but I read the Batman comics during the period when he was accused of murder.
Okay.
And that came right after the period where, what's his name with the mask broke his back? Bane broke his back.
Yeah.
Is that the time period you're talking about?
I have no idea. So, but I could finish my story and tell you what I know.
Well, no, I'm sorry. It's just if it's not that, then like honestly, Batman has been hurt. Like Batman got hurt. Like that has happened a lot of times.
I don't know when it was, but anyway.
Okay.
Azrael worked with Batman. Batman got hurt. Azrael kind of took his place on the circuit. Killing. Not killing. But. Getting bad guys and stuff.
Okay.
But apparently, so he was like, once he took over, he was like bloodlustful. So like he started killing people and mass murder and shit that. And so then he became an enemy of Batman.
Let me have a drink of that soda right now.
No.
Why?
And then,
okay, go on.
And then so Batman fought him. Okay. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it. And then, so we had a question about the board game that we used to play.
Yes, that was such a cool game. Was that Azrael?
No. So that was Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul?
Oh, yeah.
And it was, the board game was called Batman Begins Shadow Assault.
Oh my God, you guys, that game is badass. The pieces are so cool, and the strategy in it, I suck at, but it is so good.
Yeah, no, that was really fun. I love that game, so I definitely highly recommend that.
Yeah.
But that's it. I was just wanting to talk about Batman and the Angel of Death and Azrael and Azrael. And, you know, Azrael is boring, so therefore Batman.
Right, okay.
And, you know, what else are you going to do with a book that had like 5 billion names in it and nothing else?
There were 5 women in it, just so you know.
Yeah, I said 5 million names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 5 women.
Yeah. That's great. Hopefully there's more stories next week. And we have more to talk about.
Do you think? I mean, okay, well, Moses just named Joshua as his replacement person.
Yeah. So we gotta learn more about that, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is
and Moses has got to die.
Yeah, Moses has got to die. I read something that was like super interesting that it didn't pertain to any of this, but just since we're talking about Moses dying, Moses is gonna die. It's interesting that, or it's been noted that it's interesting that when God was like, "You're not gonna make it," like Moses didn't even bat an eye. He was like, "Cool," and then when he was like, and you know, that's what you get. Moses was like, "Yeah, fair enough. That tracks." And so then Moses was like, "Damn, but these people gonna need a leader." And so it was just pointed out as of note that Moses was just like, yeah, I guess I should name my successor. And that the successor he named was not any of his children. It was this other dude.
Got it.
So nepotism did not rule that day. Either that, or maybe his sons were like Noah's nosy kids.
I don't really remember hearing much about Moses' kids.
No, but that's the point though. Like, that's of note,
right?
Like, him and his brother, they was all tight, right? Grifting and whatnot,
right?
But
Aaron's sons got special. Like they're the
some of them, and then some of them got murdered by God for picking up sticks.
But at least they got mentioned,
right? In a murdery way.
Not picking up sticks, burning sticks.
What the fuck ever. They did it on a Sunday, and that was bad. They did it on the wrong day.
No, they lit the wrong type of fire.
Whatever, but they did it on the wrong day. Am I confusing?
You're confusing two separate things, yeah.
Because you know what? Because petty bullshit is petty bullshit.
Right.
That's what it is.
No, I totally agree, but, I mean...
I'm so bad at remembering this nonsense. I fully admit it. So thank you for calling me out and correcting me.
No problem.
Yeah, oops. Well, right. I mean, but really, let's be honest. What's the difference between picking up sticks on the wrong day versus burning the wrong type of wood?
There's more smoke in one of them.
But it's the same petty bullshit, right?
Yes, same petty bullshit.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
All right, we got anything else today?
Oh, that was it. I'm done. Okay. I'm out.
Let's get out of here then.
All right.
So that ends this week's Q&A.
If you have questions, answers, or comments, please email them to us by next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, to be included in next Tuesday's Q&A episode.
Awesome. See ya.
Bye.